That evening, the hum of their small generator filled the air, a fleeting promise of a few hours of electricity. Inside, Kofi's father lay on a thin mat, his body racked by a weak, persistent cough. With every labored breath, he asked about Kofi's job search, his voice barely a whisper but his questions heavy with concern. Each question landed in Kofi's chest like a stone, sinking him deeper into a sea of desperation. The weight of his family's hopes, his father's failing health, it was all becoming too much to bear. At night, Kofi still knelt to pray. His words, a familiar ritual, but a cold doubt had begun to creep into his heart, questioning the deafening silence from heaven. How long could he hold on to faith when his reality screamed of abandonment? How long could he keep trusting in promises that felt more and more like empty echoes? He felt adrift, his prayers disappearing into an indifferent sky. The man who once found solace in his faith now felt like he was speaking to a void, his spirit slowly eroding with each passing day. Then, one Monday morning, the relentless routine was broken. His phone buzzed, a call from a number he recognized. It was Mensa, a friend from his university days. Kofi remembered him as bright and ambitious, and it turned out Mensa had landed a fantastic job at a big, prestigious firm in Accra. His voice was full of energy, a stark contrast to the quiet despair that had become Kofi's constant companion. They chatted for a bit, catching up on the years that had passed, before Mensa got to the real reason for his call. He'd heard through the grapevine that Kofi was still looking for work. Without hesitation, Mensa offered to forward Kofi's CV directly to his company's HR department. He couldn't promise anything, he said, but he would put in a good word. Just like that, a flicker of hope ignited in Kofi's chest. It was a small spark in the overwhelming darkness, but it was there. His eyes widened, his heart pounding with a sudden, unfamiliar excitement. After the call, he scrambled to his laptop, his fingers flying across the keyboard as he updated his CV with renewed purpose. He attached the document to an email and hit send, a silent prayer accompanying the digital file on its journey to Accra. He held on to Mensa's promise like a lifeline, a tangible piece of hope in a world that had offered him none. Could this be it? Could this be the answer to all his desperate prayers, delivered not through a divine sign, but through the voice of an old friend? That day, the sun seemed to shine a little brighter, the air felt lighter, and for the first time in what felt like an eternity, Kofi allowed himself to dream. He imagined a steady paycheck. He pictured the relief washing over his mother's tired face, the medicine he could finally afford for his father, the simple dignity of providing for his family. It was a fragile fantasy, but it was enough to make him smile, a genuine smile that reached his eyes. Hope, he realized, was a powerful thing. It didn't erase the problems, but it gave him the strength to face another day, to believe that maybe, just maybe, things were about to change. Thank you for joining me on this part of the story. If you're moved by Kofi's journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to follow what happens next. Your support means the world. See you in the next one.